now we see that Satan has what he call a system. Let me tell you something. Satan has a system. Just like how you have angels and you have different ranks of angels. You have archangels, cherubims, watchers. You have different types of angels. So Satan have his what? Let me tell you something. Satan is very organized. Don't think that Satan is not organized. Satan has a network. Google, Chat, GPT and all of them can't touch Satan network. Satan has a network. And here in Ephesians, it gives us, as some theologians believe, like the different ranks and powers. So say put a for we wrestle not against flesh and blood. It's not saying that we not, sometimes our battles is not against human beings. It's not so much that. You're saying, it's saying that it is not only human beings. Satan know how to manipulate people, as we talk about tonight. You think it's just the person behind there? Satan know what he's doing. He's trying to manipulate, and they don't himself know that something else, another force is influencing their actions and their behavior. But against principalities. Now, this word principalities simply means the first, or like a prime person, the top person. In other words, Satan's have some demons that he have prime, like how you have archangels, and you have you got the archangels, you got cherubims, you got cherubs. You know, Michael is called an archangel. There are many different angels called an archangel. Some, you know, Michael is an archangel. You know, Satan, before his fall, was known as an what? Archangel. Archangels means the top dog, the top general in the army. God have an army. You hear in the Bible talk about the Lord of hosts. The word host, they mean the Lord of armies, right? When you hear the Lord of hosts, you're talking about the angelic armies. And Satan have ranks. There are ranks. Like how we have your military, you have ranks of angels, you have ranks of demons. So here we see principalities. These are what you call Satan number one. Prime, plural, principalities, plural. These are the prime demons of Satan against powers. And some believe the word powers there means authority. Those who have authorities, there are certain angels that Satan give authorities over kingdoms and nations. We look at that in the book of Daniel. So when you talk about powers, these are demonic force that angels have over what? Let me tell you something. Every country either have a demon over it or an angel. And how you could tell? Look at the morality of the country. And as the country shifts towards slot, that's why we got to pray for our country. Pray for those in government. And as the country start to drift away from God, what happened? A demonic angel start to control, and when that demonic angel sit down here, let go. That's why we got to pray. You know what I mean? That's why we got to pray for our country, because let me tell you something, and who you think they're going to influence? Our political leaders when they go in. Let me tell you something, politics is a very, let me tell you something, if you want to get corrupt easy, go into politics. If you want to see a good man, what you realize when good men go in politics, they get corrupt. That's why the Bible says pray for kings, pray for governors, because the moment they start to sit on the throne and you start to see, well, all of a sudden the change and things out, what happened? A demonic force don't start to influence, because the demonic force know if I could influence him this way, I could get the country to shift in another way. You see where I'm coming from? So that's why we got to be going to the throne of power. So why did man sitting on the throne? There is demonic influence hovering over to get the influence. It's a serious spiritual warfare. That's why we have to pray for our leaders. Because the moment they sit in the seat of power, as you know, it's either they're going to sit close to Satan's seat, or they're going to sit by God's seat. And there's a spiritual battle over the influence. Because if they could influence that person, and how they influence the seat of power, offering them all kind of things, bribes start to come here, this start to come here, that start to come here. Next thing you know, they're gone. Satan have them. And they don't himself what? Know it. Next thing, policies start to change. This start to change. They start to change here, and they start to change there, and they start to change. When you look at filter right down to the entire country, then you ask yourself, how did we get here? $20 years ago, that couldn't happen. This is where I'm coming from. But today, how did we get here? And sometimes it don't happen overnight. There is a constant battle going on. We got to pray. Not only that, we just got to pray, but also over individuals too. Just like how they influence those in authority, they influence what? Individuals.